Imagine yourself walking down the road after midnight in Japan. The lights of the nightlife are bright in your face, blinding you. You're just in a surreal state of mind, realizing how calm and different it can all be. The stars shining bright in the sky help clear the mind, and then you run into some odd characters. People are out drunk after a night of partying, but one character specifically stands out, a pink-haired girl with a big cloak that resembles a hoodie. She smiles at you with a glistening eye, and a smile that leaves you breathless. Nazuna is her name. Call of the Night is an anime I recently started watching earlier this month, and I have been slowly getting more captivated by it. As someone who used to go out on nightly walks when I was younger, the way the main character Ko explains his emotions about his first time definitely reminds me of myself. So it's nice to see a realistic view on being out for the first time as a young kid. So what is Call of the Night about exactly? It starts with the main character Ko, who is a middle school student, a normal one that has good grades, does not get into trouble, so it's not like he's out at night walking, causing chaos. But he has hit a point in his life where he just wasn't happy anymore, despite him trying so hard in school and doing good. He even had a girl that liked him and proposed to be his girlfriend, but he turned her down since he didn't understand how to like someone or what it even meant to like someone. He even got bullied by the friends of the girl he rejected because of it. So as time goes on, school life begins to feel bland for him because of not being able to fully understand what it means to have a normal or happy school life. And he also mentions not being able to sleep at night anymore, most likely from all his hard thinking and trying to feel and understand what he can't. But this is why he starts to go out at night since he's awake anyways. But because of this, he started to miss school and eventually just stopped going out together. But not before meeting Nazuna. So on one of his nightly walks, he notices an interesting character while he's trying to buy a beer even though he's underage, and she shows up and teases him for a little bit. He's confused about who she is or where she came from. Now Nazuna is used to being out at night and she's trying to show him how it is. She goes ahead and also diagnoses the cause of his sleepiness. Despite him making changes in his life, he is still holding himself back from experiencing true freedom. That's her comment to him. So eventually she asks him if he's sleeping after having some stress-free nightly walking and freedom of just being out, and to come to her house to sleep. So Ko does go and is visibly sketched out going to the stranger's house, which I think anyone would be. But once he gets there, he realizes it's a clean, normal spot, but he is still unable to sleep regardless. So he still lays down next to Nazuna on her futon, and she just silently watches him and then eventually leans over to check if he's asleep, and he decides to fake his sleeping just so he can leave later on. And that's when things take a different turn. She's visibly flustered, damn near having an orgasm, and she takes a bite at Ko's neck. She's a vampire that lured him in. Now don't get too caught up in the vampire aspect of the show. It's important to the plot, but it's definitely not like your usual vampire show that you would expect, where it's a lot of gore and turning into a bad or Helsing type of vibe. It's more of a slight comedy with ecchi scenes and with real nice visuals that capture your attention completely. So after getting bit, they have some funny commentary back and forth on if he is going to turn into a vampire now after getting bitten by her. And she explains that it doesn't work like that, and that for him to turn into a vampire, she has to drink his blood while he is in love with her. So once they are back at the park talking, he tells her he wants to become a vampire no matter what to escape the boredom of life. So he tells her he will fall in love with her to get to his goal of becoming a vampire no matter what. And that's when their nightly get-togethers start to happen more. He spends his nights trying to fall in love with her despite not knowing how to or what love even really is. Nazuna on the other hand likes to tease him a lot, but when he starts to talk about love and romance, she loses her cool and gets flustered and embarrassed very easily. It's not really said how old she is or where she comes from. It's probably just one of those, she's 1,000 years old and been around for centuries. Is what I'm guessing. But she's obviously older since she does drink in some scenes and has a brick phone. Her way of being is a very lazy, eccentric, and mischievous type of character, with a splash of hella ecchi in there. Eventually she starts to slowly grow close to Ko, despite just seeing him as a walking meal. The show is currently airing and only has 7 episodes so far, and is set to air 13 episodes in total. I'm not sure if there's enough material for a season 2, but I'm hoping. It's airing in a few places, but I'm sure you can find where to watch it with a quick Google search. I do want to mention the author and the studio because they are doing a great job with this show. The author and the illustrator is Kotoyama, and the studio is Leiden Films, who also did popular shows like Berserk and Tokyo Revengers. So that definitely makes sense why I like the animation so long and why it's so vivid. They are portraying the scene so artistically, especially Nazuna's lust before she's about to drink blood. Well, that's about it for this anime. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments if you watched this show and what you thought about it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.